Hello, I am Sydney, and today I'm going to be talking about my capstone project, how I developed my project, what went into my project, and how it's going to elevate me outside of college. So this project for me was pretty lengthy and complicated because I have really driven these last couple years of college to really take classes that will elevate me and my business outside of college. My business is an online boutique called The Looted Closet, and we have grown tremendously over the past couple of years. And when people ask why I stayed in college, it's for stuff like this. It's for classes like my capstone class that elevate me in ways that I wouldn't have otherwise elevated myself. This includes all the courses I took coming out of Ole Miss my freshman year of college. When I kind of came into UNG and the UNG family, that's where I really felt comfortable, and Dr. H helped me navigate these certain courses that would help me graduate, but would also be influential for me and my business and, kind of my goals outside of college. So I basically started my boutique on a limb. I just knew it's always been my passion. All my friends kind of came to me growing up for fashion tips and, can I borrow this? Can I borrow that? Can I wear this? Can I wear that? And ultimately I was like, I want to dress as many people as I can. I want to be around as many people who want clothes and fashion as possible. So I went ahead and started it, and now we're here, and now I'm about to graduate, so that's so exciting to me. I'm so thankful, and I'm so blessed that I am almost done, and that I also have a career outside of this already lined up for me. I plan to open up an online boutique in the summertime as well as a warehouse. We've grown so much. I'm sitting right here in our office. We're kind of packing up everything because we're, moving spaces, but you can kind of see this is the setup I've been kind of working with the past few years, and I wanted to do this project in here. These are all the orders we have to go out, and these are also orders that are going out as well. And then in our other part of our house, we also have another room full of, clothes and inventory and all that kind of stuff. So we've just kind of grown out of this space, which is like super exciting. But it ultimately led me to what I wanted to do for this project. So for the capstone project, I went ahead and researched all about team building and training guides, because when I start hiring in a few months, I'm going to need these regardless when I train new girls and when I have other girls train other girls. It's just the perfect gateway to establishing the team that I have been dreaming of all of these years. So at the very start of my project, I discussed why I wanted to kind of go about creating these guides, what it is, what are the benefits of training, and how training can ultimately lead you to the very best business. In order to train, you have to be trained. So this project taught me different tactics and different, knowledge that I wouldn't have otherwise known. So I discuss kind of the background of the guides that you see at the end of my project. And these guides took a lot of time because they're ultimately the guides I will use within my boutique, and they were ultimately the training course that I will use and hand to all my girls for a while about training and team building and why we do it, and, different aspects of the store that need to be discussed. So that's kind of where it leads me to the first guide, which is the training guide. Sorry, excuse me, I'm sick, but the training guide basically discusses all the different aspects of the store. This is everything from dealing with customers to what we expect out of our employees to where we see ourselves heading and how can you be a part of it. So we created this guide to where, yes, you're being trained, but also to help you brainstorm at the same time of how you can help the store and what benefits you're giving to help the store out. So we do this to ensure that everyone is on the same page and that we're hiring personalities that can kind of not all work together, because that's impossible, but the same kind of vibe and energy for the store that we all want to have. A couple different exercises that we talk about in our guides start with our vision boards, which are basic boards. I'll show you ours that we have in here. Ours is big, as you can see above. This is my big vision board. But for the store, we're going to have a place where every girl designs a vision board and we have it put back in the office. So every day he or she comes into work for us, they're reminded of why they're there. Why do you want to be in fashion? Why do you want to work at a boutique? What are your goals after you leave this boutique and elevate yourself? You know, kind of a reminder, because learning through training, I've learned that you have to have an ultimate goal in order to really be focused in what you're being trained in. So ultimately, we created these guides for these girls and guys to have a basic understanding of what we expect at this boutique, but also a basic understanding of what outside jobs will want outside of fashion. So that was basically our first exercise that we wanted. And then we wanted to go ahead and evaluate them at the last exercise and kind of ask them, what did you learn? What have you learned? And how will you apply this to this job at Ludic, but also other jobs outside of Ludic? Next, we go into our team member guide in leadership. This was ultimately something I really wanted to study and learn about, because it's so influential in a company to have a great working relationship with everyone at the store that you're working with, but also outside of work. You know, you carry your energy from the things you're doing outside into, you know, your shift that you're working for us at our store. So we wanted to establish something that was built on team building and understanding, you know, having that basic understanding of how we do it at Ludic. So basically, it just talks you through the key concepts of what it is and why it's important to us and why we train about it. We talk about understanding each other's jobs so that there's no conflict or conversation about, well, I was supposed to do this or you were supposed to do that. We have it set where every week, you know, every manager knows what they're doing and every employee that comes in understands their job and their fashion set for the store that week or that day. We talk about what makes you a team member. How will you, you know, drive yourself into this boutique that is now kind of growing and big? What will you offer, and how will you go about certain situations in order to help your team members? What happens if someone comes in that's not happy? How will you step up for your coworker and address the situation? So there's just all different kinds of different things, and then the top half of the research kind of walks you through why we did it and kind of gives you a background of training and of team building and all of that good stuff, and why it's so influential to every business. It doesn't have to be a boutique, but we did a boutique here because that's my goal outside of college, is to grow this boutique. So I'm really hoping that this project was interesting and kind of different. I'm kind of different and my goals are kind of different than the average college graduate. So I wanted to do something that was different and beneficial to me that I can also offer these girls and guys, really, when I, you know, start hiring for the store in May. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. You know, you learned a couple of things. You understood the basic understanding of the project, because this class for me has taught me a lot about studying and growing and learning new things that will push myself to be better. Even though you don't think it in the moment, it will be so beneficial, you know, once you're outside that box. So it's been a pleasure being a part of Dr. H's Capstone class. I will take these learnings and these studies and these researches with me for a lifetime. I'm super thankful for my time here at UNG. I cannot believe it's over. It's like super hard for me to like grasp, actually, that it's like completely over, because I've enjoyed my time so much, and UNG was such a family to me. And I appreciate every professor that has ever given me the advice and pushed me to do better and pushed me to learn about social behavior and in ways that I can help myself and my team grow. I'm super excited for this next chapter of my life, and I hope that this guide also helps you become excited for other things too in the future, and it pushes you to create something that will make you do better in the future. So thank you so much, and have a nice day.